To be patient with me. It's my fault, totally my fault. Totally my fault. Just bear with me. Really? Really? So annoying. Okay. So annoying. Hold on. I think I'm live. Hey, Lori. Hey, Dreama. Can you hear me and see me? I feel like I am utterly retarded at this point when it comes to this app. Hey, Shan. How are you? Okay. Hi, guys. I hate this fucking app. Have I said it? Have I said it? Okay. First request, everyone who left like all those fucking hate comments that I had to read all day long today. I don't think I've ever gotten so many comments on a video. I want every one of you to sub me because I had to deal with you all day when I was busy. I'm like, I just stopped responding to them after a while. You better all sub me because I got to get to 1,000 subs and I'm getting close. And then I don't have to deal with this app anymore that I hate. Fucking app, I hate it. All right, hi guys. I don't think I knew quite what I was getting into when hey Melton John, thanks for coming in. My fellow New Englander. Another mass hole. I don't think I knew quite what I was getting into when I made that video. I don't think I realized like how popular she was. So if any of you didn't see the stream I did last night about Truthfully Trisha, you should probably check that out first or at least skim through it or something. But man alive. Yeah, I had no idea that like she was so hated. I'm kind of liking her more now though. So you're all failing. Because I like a good villain. She's like the devil's own child. I think we're going to get along great. That's all I could think of was like, wow, everybody really fucking hates her, and everybody really kind of fucking hates me in the paranormal. So like, we're two peas in a pod. Seriously. I'm having a little Mike's Harder Strawberry. Remember when we all used to drink like Mike's Hard Lemonade? And remember, what was it, Zima? Like back in the day? So I had a very busy day today, guys. I was digging, like literally digging in the dirt. We already had this conversation, Melton. I mean, I grew up in Western Mass in Northampton, but I lived in Billerica. Remember, I remember saying to you, like, I bet you're from Billerica. And you were like, how do you know that? And I probably got all paranoid, but I just recognized the accent because I lived in Billerica. I lived on, what the fuck is that route? There's like some main route that goes through Billerica, and I lived like right on that suicide road. And then I also lived in North Billerica. So 2 places in Billerica, because I lived in the whole Boston area for about a decade. But I only lived in Billerica for a few years, and I lived in Nahant for quite a while. And I lived in the city to start. And then when I got married and had kids, I moved to Nahant. And then, or no, was it Billerica first? And then Nahant? No, it was Nahant, then Billerica. And then, where did we move after that? I think then I got divorced, and I lived in Lowell for a while, if you can believe that. I lived in a haunted house in Lowell. It's probably one of my first haunted houses. But in the nice section of Lowell, in Belvedere, right by the river. So yeah, I'm a masshole. But I also lived in Rhode Island for 10 years too. Yeah, I do. All right, but I lived in this really cool house in North Billerica that was built by an architect. We were just renting it, and it was cool. Like, it had like wallpaper on some of the walls that looked like old newspaper, and like opera lights, you know, near the floors, and like this cool little, I don't know, it was a cool house. And it had a really cool tree house too, and a nice in-ground pool. But that's going way back. Anyway, thanks for popping in. Hi guys, I know there's a lot of new people here, and I know that oh really? Yeah. I'm trying to remember. You know, it's that's like going back to my first marriage. It's going way fucking back. So like I can't remember all the street names and stuff, but in Lowell, I just rented this tiny little house down by the river. Like the street dead-ended at the river. But that house was haunted. And it was this tiny little 2-bedroom house. And it didn't even seem that old, but it was fucking haunted. You and I are going to have this conversation later, because we could like start reminiscing. I have to focus because I'm ADD. So I made that video last night saying I supported Truthfully Trisha about, you know, all the abuse she'd been through and everything. Now, you're all right. I didn't do any research. So sue me. Okay. But I really was kind of overwhelmed by the amount of hate comments. And I am going to say, I did sort of ask at the beginning of my live last night, like, please don't use my platform as a way to attack her. You know, I don't really support that. Not that I'm lily white and I don't ever fucking attack people myself, but on the whole, I try not to further other people's agendas, you know, because it's not my fight. It's not my fight, okay? But I respect the fact that so many people felt so passionately about the subject. I will say that today I did go and watch the Dr. Phil show, okay? I did. I went and watched it. I mean, there was like a playlist somewhere on YouTube that had a whole bunch of parts of it. I'm assuming it's most of it. All right, here's what I have to say after watching that. Clearly, she's very dramatic, okay? And I didn't know if she had mental health issues, and, you know, she says on the show that she's bipolar. Well, that's a big part of it, I'm sure. If you've known people that have bipolar, like, you know, a lot of that drama can kind of come with the territory. And I will say that I do think you have to be sort of sympathetic and empathetic to people that have mental health issues and to what they deal with and how they behave because of those mental health issues. I don't understand all the hate. I really don't. I'll say, I don't understand all the hate. But you're right. I haven't watched her for 3 years like some of you say you have and all that. All I watched was a few streams over the weekend, and I fell for her. I did. But maybe she's good at getting people to feel for her. I don't know. But as far as being concerned about me and worried about me, don't worry about me. I can hold my own. I'm fine, okay? Thank you for the concern. Thank you for the warnings, but probably unnecessary. Ask my mods if I can hold my own. I'm sure they'll speak up and say, yeah. So I'm not really worried about... I've already dealt with getting attacked. As far as doxing, I've doxed myself before. I'm not the type that worries about shit like that. You want to come over? Come on over. I don't worry about things like that. I've already had nasty shit spread all over the internet about me by haters before. So none of that stuff really phases me all that much. So thanks for all the concern, people. You know, some people did sort of try to squeeze in a couple of nice comments to me in amidst all the hate, and I appreciate that. I will say there were a couple of comments that did sort of provoke my ire a little bit, just about abuse in general. And, you know, like a couple of people said to me, like, oh, you're so naive and everything. But, you know, I found a lot of those comments really naive. You know, here's the thing. And these are a couple of the things that I want to mention tonight. And I look like shit. And I'm sorry. I was like digging a garden all day. Really. And in clay, like we have a lot of clay in the earth here in Louisiana. So it's like heavy stuff to dig too. So it was a workout. And I got a lot of sun. So I'm just kind of a mess. My allergies are kicking up and whatnot. But anyway. A couple of things that did come to mind when I was reading all these comments, and I'm sorry I'm not super keeping up with the comments right now, but if you have questions or anything, you know, that you want to draw my attention to, leave a comment after I post the video, okay? And I'll try to get back to everybody as I can. I didn't post the video for views, first of all. Not that I'm above that, but that really wasn't my goal. I was sort of shocked it got as many views as it did. I really didn't know she was that popular. I don't know a lot about her, clearly, as everybody's pointing out. But I did watch I'm going to say several things. I watched the Dr. Phil video, and I got to tell you, the person that bugged me more on the show was that Wendy. God, I mean, I found her annoying. And I'm sorry, but at the start of the show, I agreed with Trisha and Sean that, like, yeah, I mean, and now, since it was so long ago, and now seeing that, like, Diane and Wendy have this, like, big channel and they're all popular, clearly that was their goal, like Wendy's goal at the start. So I found her to be a big turnoff. I didn't like anything about her. I didn't like her energy. None of it. I would stay far away from her. That's my advice. Frankly, I find Trisha to be sweeter. But, you know, maybe a little crazy, but sweeter. But I don't know. Everybody's saying she's real nasty. Maybe she is. I don't know. I really don't. But in some of the comments that I was seeing about abuse and about her situation and whatnot, there were a couple of things that I did want to just comment on. first of all, the thing that you have to understand, and I don't think a lot of people really get this, you know, and I'm not saying what she's saying is true or not. How do I know? I don't know. Okay. I wasn't there. But I will say this. Some people were saying like, oh, she never said a word about the abuse. You don't. Okay. I never said a word about abuse I was going through until after I was divorced. In fact, the first time I ever took my ex-husband to court for abuse was after we were divorced, because I actually had an instance of physical abuse after, like, years after our divorce. And that was the first time I pressed charges. And I kept all the secrets while we were together, all of them. You know, like, you don't tell. You protect your partner. That's part of it. That's part of the dynamic. Okay? So a lot of the stuff does come spilling out later down the line after you've left the person and you don't care about keeping their secrets anymore or protecting them. So that is one thing you do have to understand about abuse. And I also found it naive how many people still believe like that the good guys win and right always prevails and all that bullshit. Because in my experience, that's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, because I did take my ex to court finally, and I lost the case. They said my 911 call wasn't dramatic enough, you know, because I was so used to dealing with trauma. I didn't really get worked up all that much, not to mention I do have autism, and sometimes with strangers, I have a flat affect. But that didn't matter. It didn't matter that I went to the police station and had my body photographed, bruises and such. You know, none of that mattered. I lost. Okay, so, and I think part of the reason why I lost is because I refused to accept a plea deal. I wanted it to go to trial because I wasn't happy with the plea deal they were offering me. So, the good guys don't always win. Okay? My ex also took me to court for making harassing phone calls and then, you know, portrayed me to be the big stalker because I was calling him pissed off when he didn't pick up my kids one time. All right. So they can really turn the narrative around. I've seen it happen. Okay. And the good guys just don't always win. They're very skilled at manipulating people, and they're pathological liars. And they can convince people that they're the good guy. I've seen it happen. All right? So I'm going to tell all of you, don't be naive about abuse and about the success that the abuser can have in flipping the narrative. It happens a lot. It's happened to me. Okay? So that's all I really want to say about that. As I say, Molly Jane, stop. Stop what? No, I'm not going to stop. Like I say, I don't know this woman. We're not friends. I've never communicated with her privately. Maybe you're all right. Maybe she's the devil incarnate. But I think that there's clearly, like I say, she's admittedly got some mental health issues. But I'm going to say this too. There seemed to be a lot of triggering and a lot of polarization. And I'm going to just warn you about that. Like, don't get so polarized and so emotional over people on the internet. Seriously, it's a waste of your energy, you know, and you can feel so passionate about these people, including me, you know, like, but we're people just, it's almost like being like on TV, like you don't know us, you know, you can't really know us unless you interact with us in real life, you know, same with her or same with anybody who's streaming on YouTube. Like, it's easy to watch somebody on a regular basis and feel a sort of familiarity with them, but that doesn't mean that you know them. And it doesn't mean that they're revealing their true self on camera either. So just keep some of these things in mind. I'm playing a little bit of devil's advocate here, okay? Because I was surprised about some of the passionate comments I saw. very polarized. I'm going to now do a show about polarization because you can't be that polarized, people. Because here's the thing, when you're that polarized and when you can get that emotional, it's a way that people can control you also. So, just saying. So, yeah, I don't know what the stop was about, but yeah. You know, one of the first things that you learn in studying magic is to learn about polarization. And you just can't be that polarized because it makes you easy to manipulate and easy to control. Okay? You have to have control over your emotions. And I saw a lot of people today who didn't seem to have a lot of control over their emotions. So that's just my little piece of advice. But I get it. You all hate her. Message received loud and clear. My goodness. That was just like, I don't think I've ever gotten so many notifications, and they were all like mad people. So it was kind of funny to me, just because I'm not a part of that situation, really. Like, I'm not emotionally invested in her. So it didn't really matter to me one way or the other. And I did say last night that the stream really wasn't about her. You know, it was more just about abuse in general. Stop it, you were just doing this for views, doll. Oh. Obviously, of your lack of... Oh, that's gone. I can't even read it now. But, clearly one of my haters, so probably somebody emotionally invested. And fuck off. That's all I really have to say to you. Yeah, so I don't know. I was surprised, but I don't think that takes away from anything that I had to say last night concerning abuse. Like, it really wasn't about truthfully Trisha. Like, yeah, I watched her. Yeah, I was sort of empathizing with her because she seemed believable. You know, I thought she seemed genuine in talking about her experiences of abuse. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's just lying. I don't know. I don't really think any of you know. Because, like I say, she could have been concealing all that while she was in the marriage and perhaps even right after. Like, you know, it takes usually a little while to process all that shit. And even right after you get out of a love relationship, a lot of times you still feel that connection and you might still be protecting the person for a while. You know what I'm saying? So just, once again, playing the devil's advocate, which I do love to do, I will say, consider that, you know. I guess time will tell. And a couple of people said, too, like, how I had supported Sean and I guess ATX. Is her real name Mandy? I don't even know. Let me just be clear. All I did was congratulate them. Like, I didn't know who they were. I don't know them. I've never interacted with them. I've never watched them. So it's not like I had some relationship with them and then I've just decided to not have a relationship with them. I don't know these people, okay? I just want to make that clear. I don't know if they're good people. I don't know if they're bad people. I don't know them any more than I know her, all right? Nonetheless, I stick by my message of last night, which was stop asking women why they don't leave. That was the main message. Because there isn't an easy answer to that question. The dynamics are complex. So, yeah, clearly it hit a lot of nerves, but I'm a little disappointed it didn't hit the right nerves for the right reason. because I feel like the message was lost. And that's a shame. The message was lost because of the drama of Truthfully Trisha, which is sad because the message was like, let's raise awareness, let's lessen the stigma of abuse and of talking about it, and having a little bit more compassion and respect for survivors of abuse, of domestic abuse. And I don't know, now I'm kind of feeling like maybe this is a topic I should talk about a little bit more. I don't think I'm going to do that tonight. I'm kind of tired. Like I say, it was a long day, but and I'm a little scattered because I'm just exhausted. So I think I want to organize my thoughts and maybe come back with another stream. And I don't hold any ill will to anyone who made comments today. I'm being cheeky and sort of sarcastic and snarky, but I get it. I get it how you can feel passionate about these issues and whatnot. And so I don't want anyone to think I'm like holding any ill will to anyone who left any comments. I'm not. I don't even remember like who said what and what was said, and there were a lot, and I really didn't even get a chance to read them all yet. But I didn't block anyone. I'll say that. Like, I didn't block anyone. I allowed everyone to have their voice, and perhaps one night I'll do a stream where I will actively engage with everyone who has an opinion. That's not tonight, just because I'm too tired and I can't be reading all the comments and everything. I'm just like, I have to read them sideways because of this fucking app. So please sub me so I can get to 1,000 and stream normally from my phone. But I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to do a stream where I'll engage and maybe really discuss some of this stuff in a little bit of a focused manner. Okay? Since it seems to be a topic everyone's so interested in. But yeah. Craziness. A lot of passion out there for this subject. So yeah, that's all I did. I know some of you left some other links to other streams that other people have done and everything. I will watch them eventually. I didn't have a chance to do it today. All I had a chance to do today was watch the Dr. Phil show. And yeah, I agree. Like, there was definitely some bullshit in there. Like, she definitely jumped on that car. That was obvious. I'm not going to something like that. Like, obviously, she jumped on that car, and that was silly. So there is some drama there. And, but who isn't streaming on YouTube who doesn't get a little dramatic? I think we all have that to some extent. Any regular streamer's a little dramatic, or they wouldn't be on fucking YouTube streaming. I mean, come on. And I don't think it's a huge... that's certainly not something I would do. To me, that's a little crazy. But there's different levels of crazy, in my opinion. It's just dramatic. It's just drama. Does that make her hateable? I don't know. Not to me. But I haven't seen it all yet either, have I? So, you're right. I haven't done my research and my homework. Like YouTube school, I haven't done it yet. I'll give you that. So you're right. Maybe I just don't know her. Maybe I'm falling for it. But time will tell. And I do think as far as the dude is concerned, time will tell whether or not maybe he was abusive in the relationship, because he's got a new partner now. And eventually, if he does have issues of abuse, it will come out with a new partner. It's only a matter of time. They can only control themselves for short amount of time. Like, I remember with my ex, like, he could only go a month before, like, it would all start coming out, about a month. That was how long he could, like, be on his best behavior. So I think, time will tell. with his new relationship. A couple of years, you know, the real him will probably start coming out if he does have issues of abuse or coercive control. I think we need to talk more about abuse and the terms and everything. Like, does everyone know what coercive control is and how it works? You know, educate yourself. You're telling me to educate myself, educate yourself. Make sure you know about all these different dynamics of abuse, because they are very manipulative. And yeah, that's it. And now I can't even see the friggin' comments because they're so small. I hate this app. But I hope everybody had a great day. And I'm sorry if I triggered anyone. Maybe I should have put a little trigger warning at the beginning of that live. I have a tendency to just see things and then, you know, get the thoughts running in my head, and then I go live and I share, and it's not necessarily always super planned out. But I do appreciate everyone taking the time to watch the video. I do. Thank you. Although I didn't do it like for big views. Of course I want views. That's why I'm on YouTube. So I appreciate the views. Thanks. And hopefully, you know, you'll join me again. I am trying to do lives a little bit more. I just hate this app. And my computer's busted. So, my ex-boyfriend snapped it in half, my laptop, before he left me that day. So I have to replace my screen. So I'm streaming from my phone for now. So that's it, guys. I don't know that I have too much else for tonight. I think I do have to kind of chew on all this a little bit more and maybe watch some more stuff. Maybe I'll have some more commentary after I've seen more videos. I don't know. But for tonight, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. I kind of agreed with most of what Dr. Phil had to say on that show, you know. I don't remember seeing anything that really stuck in my mind other than, like, I really couldn't stand that Wendy. I'm sorry, but I couldn't. And that, yeah, I agree. Like, she's definitely doing stuff for drama and for effect. But I don't know that that's any different than a lot of other YouTubers. I mean, has anyone fucking seen Onision? I mean, come on. Oh, and I have a confession. I actually did laugh at a couple of Onision's videos. I'm so sorry. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. Don't kill me, Shannon. Sometimes he can be funny. Not always, but once in a while. But I still think they groomed that girl. Anyway, guys, I think that's probably all I got for tonight. I'm so sorry I'm not responding to the comments, but I can't even fucking read them. Something happened and now they're so small I can't read them. So if you do want to leave a comment, whether it's good, whether it's bad, after the stream posts, which always takes like forever with this fucking Streamlabs, please feel free to do so. And as I say, I will get to all the comments eventually, I promise. And that's it. Thanks for popping in. Melton John, my fellow masshole, I'll pop in and have a chat with you sometime and we can talk about the town. Sorry I didn't respond to everything you were saying too. And yeah, hope to see y'all again. Have a great night. Kiss your loved ones. Tell them everything you want to say because you never know which day is your last day or theirs. And don't let the demons bite. And make love, not war. Till next time, I bid you adieu. Good night, guys. If I can figure out how to stop this thing. Oh, now I can see the fucking comments. I must have pushed the wrong button or something. Oh, hey, Dario. Oh, my God, all these comments. Sorry, guys. I'll do better next time. Bye, guys.